Good evening and welcome to Jackson Christian School, home of the Lady Eagles, as today they take on the 7-0 in district play Tipton Rosemark Lady Rebels. Rebels come in here at 23-6, Jackson Christian 11-2-1, 6-1 in the district, and the first pitch is a strike. The hitter is Brooke Harrison, the shortstop for Tipton Rosemark, as we're coming in just as the first pitch comes on. Glad to have this great audience, great crowd here today. Richardson's second pitch is high for 1-1 to count. Beautiful day for softball, baseball game in the background. You possibly hear on the parabolic mic, plus you'll hear our fans too. Richardson ready with the 1-1 pitch. It's high, 2 balls, 1 strike to Brooke Harrison. Both teams coming in having won their last games. Tipton Rosemark loaded with experience. They have 3 seniors. We are starting 1 senior. Ball hit back to the pitcher. Richardson to first, over to Holt for 1 out. 1-3 if you're scoring it at home. And that brings up Kayla Clement, the third baseman for Tipton Rosemark. Wears number 6. Hits in the left-handed spot. Let's see if she's a slap hitter. Towards the front of the box, not quite in the front, but towards it. And takes the first pitch for a ball. There's 1 out in the inning. Outfield is straight away. Of course, the third baseman in most situations plays in at third. Shortstop and second at normal depth. Richardson brings that fastball, but it's high. Jackson Christian trimmed with blue in their white uniforms. And, of course, the outline, if you think you're not seeing anything, the camera's eye's better than mine. Yeah, 3 balls, no strikes. It'll show you the outline of the blue around the numbers. And the camera work will be much better today than the play-by-play because you don't always see those numbers. Shows the bunt, but was not bunting, just trying to disturb the pitcher's concentration. 3 balls, 1 strike now after that pitch. Maggie Richardson in the circle for the Eagles. Brings the 3-1 pitch. It's low for ball 4, and that puts Clement on first base. Brings up Allie Nauman, who I know is a very good hitter for them. She's also a left-handed hitter. She is a senior. She's played for 4 years there at Tipton Rosemark. Middle of the box stance. Ball comes across, and the umpire says strike 1. The new mechanics are slow. That we're used to the old days when they shot the arm out there, and it even messes up an expert scorekeeper like Forrest Makers. And now we were going to see either the slap hit or bunt, as Nauman goes running up there. She plans to attend Dyersburg State Community College. She's going to play softball there. Back to the pitcher. Look to second, and the ball in error. It was thrown behind her, and now they have runners at first and second. So a costly error, and you can't make those against a very good team like the Lady Rebels. Of course, we're experiencing an excellent year. We just have the 1 loss in district play. Fouled off for strike 1. This is a big game in district play. We're 6-1, they're 7-0. And playing with a very young team. Pitch. And the umpire says just low and away a little bit. 1-1 the count. And if you've just joined one of our broadcasts, when they look down, we'll explain that. And there comes the strike. You got time to chew a pack of gum and drink a Diet Coke in between calls. Pitch hit into right field. It's going, it's gone for a 3-run home run. So Riley Bowers, who will pitch today, hits a 3-run homer. And quickly, Tipton Rosemark takes a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Johnny Sanfratello is the coach of Tipton Rosemark. Of course, Jennifer Wheeler, the former softballer herself, is the head coach here and has done so much in rebuilding this program. Stepping into the plate, Maya Wright, the catcher. Right-handed hitter. Let's see where she settles in. Slightly open stance. And that pitch, a strike right over the corner of the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Richardson checks her armband, steps to the pitching rubber. Brings it hard but high. I remember seeing this young lady as a young softball player. She's just a freshman, I believe. Ball hit up the middle. Will the shortstop get there in time? Feels it, but it'll be a base hit as it kind of died as it hit the ground. So another single, and that puts a runner at first. Turner got over there, kept it in the infield, but couldn't make a play on it. Maggie Richardson pitching, and McKinley Arnold is your catcher. The hitter should be Charlie Rice, and who is actually their ace pitcher. She's playing first base today. She pitched earlier in the week. And with that runner at first, a 1-ball, no strike count. And they check the armband for which pitch it is. They're called by numbers. And that one. And the umpire gets his hand up there finally. 1-ball, 1 strike. I know the National Federation, the NCAA, all think that's a wonderful mechanic, but it's not. That one is a strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, blocked by the catcher, but the runner will advance to second. So Maya Wright is now on second. Charlie Rice, the hitter, with 1 out in the inning. 2-ball, 2 strike count. Richardson rocks, fires, hit foul down the right side. Worthy Road Studios handling the production of this game. Here's the pitch. Low and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. The runner right is at second. Maggie Richardson in the circle. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Up and over to first. Jones with that one, so there's 2 outs as Holt puts it away. And that brings up Addie Thorpe. Runner did advance to third on a ball hit to the right side of the infield. Thorpe is your designated player today. Grayson Williams is the flex player. Two outs in the inning. A swinging strike evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner at third. And the 1-1 pitch, swinging strike 2. Thorpe wears number 25. In the on-deck circle, Addie Glass, the second baseman, 2 outs, so this is a big out for the Lady Eagles. Richardson's pitch, got her, strike 3. First strikeout of the day, and that ends the inning. But there were 3 big runs. There was a home run and a single in that inning. 1 person left on base at the end of a half inning of play. It's Tipton Rosemark 3 with Jackson Christian coming to bat.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially.
And we are back with bottom half of the first action. Leading off for Jackson Christian will be Audrey Dean, the center fielder. She's a sophomore, wears number 17. Like I said, they are in their white uniforms. The outfield for the Tipton Rosemark team, in right is Roan, in center is Nauman, in left Williams, at first base Rice, second Glass, shortstop is Harrison, third baseman Clement. Riley Bowers on the mound with Watkins catching. There will be a little small conference after throwing the ball down and walking it in. We were not sure who was going to pitch today. Like I said, the first baseman, Rice, Charlie Rice, pitched the other day for them in a winning effort. But this is Audrey Dean at the plate, and her first pitch is hit to right field, but straight to the right fielder, and Roan makes the catch for the first out. Good contact, though. That brings up Trinity Brooks, the sophomore left fielder. Bats left-handed, has speed to burn. And they will defense her a little different. They will play as a slap bunter. You can see the defense on our screens, and she was running and slapping. You take that running start in the box on the left side. And again, in the circle today is Riley Bowers. Bowers, pitch hit to the shortstop. Shortstop comes up throwing, and Harrison to Rice for the second out of the inning. Brings up McKinley Arnold, the catcher. Last time we were here, McKinley had a couple of big hits. Does a great job behind the plate. Bowers pitch. It's low and outside. And we have a side vantage point, so sometimes I look at the monitor. You've got a great shot there by Worthy Road Studios, and they also check their armbands for what pitch is being thrown. Fouled off. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 2 outs in the inning. Tipton Rosemark holds a 3-run lead on a Riley Bowers, the pitcher's home run.
507.
Bowers, a junior, and you heard the numbers 507. That told him what was happening. That one is in foul territory. Left fielder drifts over. The left fielder, Williams, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. And that one was in foul territory. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. The score at the end of 1 inning of play, Tipton Rosemark 3, Jackson Christian nothing.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially during middle and high school years. When it comes to education, you want a school that invests in your child, providing a place to belong, be challenged academically, and become well-rounded. A place where knowledgeable teachers, coaches, and administrators take the time to understand your child's unique gifts and to nurture them, providing them with both guidance and opportunities. A place where classmates build one another up and your child can excel in classroom, on stage, on the field, and in life. A place that provides community for your entire family as your child discovers passion and purpose on the journey to graduation and a meaningful life. If you're looking for a Christ-centered, accredited education, a place where your student and your family will belong, you'll find it at Jackson Christian. Learn more about the Jackson Christian family by visiting campus, where your child can experience a typical school day and meet other students. Call 731-300-4578 or email admissions@jcseagles.org to schedule your visit. Jackson Christian. Learn to lead, grow, and serve like Christ.
back for the start of the top of the second. Maggie Richardson on the mound for Jackson Christian. Her first pitch, umpire says low for a ball. The hitter is Addie Glass, the second baseman. She'll be followed by Sophie Roan, the right fielder. Then back to the top of the orders. 3-0 Tipton Rosemark. Here's the pitch, hit on the ground and get past the third baseman. Shortstop comes up firing, but going to be safe. The shortstop had to go in the hole once it gets past the third baseman. Turner did the best she could to get it there, but it's a base hit for Glass. So runner on, no outs, and it brings up Sophie Roan, the right fielder. Missing Will Cisco today. Will's going to get an award tonight. I believe he's part of the Jackson Christian contingent that's at the Madison County Sports Hall of Fame. Congratulations to my man Will. Here's a fake bunt, but the umpire says it's still good enough for a strike. And she was bunting. Possibly was going to push it down the first baseline. We'll see what kind of coverage we've got on. Third baseman is playing in already. Coach Sanfratello giving a set of signs and then a little word encouragement. Bunted high, and they said fouled off. So that makes it 2 strikes. Let's see if they leave the bunt on. Coach doing some coaching, if you got to see it on there. A great job he does over at Tipton Rosemark, just like Jennifer Wheeler does a great job here. No ball, 2 strike count with the runner at first. Here's Richardson's pitch. Got him, strike 3, her second strikeout, I believe. And that'll bring up the leadoff person with 1 out. And that is 2 Ks. K's being strikeout. That one was caught looking, so you either turn the K backwards or you put a C in there for caught looking. Depends on how you scored. This is Harrison. She led off the game, grounding out back to the pitcher. Plays shortstop. Outfield pretty well straight away. Right fielder probably about 5 feet from the fence is all. A comfortable hitting ballpark here. Fouled off. 1 strike and 1 ball the count with 1 out. Have that runner at first, which is Glass. And here's the pitch. Line just over the third baseman's head in the left field. Brooks will pick it up. You have runners at first and second. A single by Brooke Harrison. So 2 singles in the inning. There's 1 out on the strikeout. And that brings up Kayla Clement, the third baseman, who walked her first time up. Left-handed hitter towards the front of the box. When she takes her stride with her front foot, it'll be right at the front of the box. And remember, in softball, you cannot play off, but you can get a running start when the pitcher comes forward and releases. A lot of people run like sprinters with the push-off. Second pitch is ball 2, as you can see on those great Worthy Road studio shots here on the Jackson Christian Sports Network. We got games next week. We'll tell you about one on Saturday. That pitch, he called it a strike, so it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The hitter is Kayla Clement. She's 0 for 0 in the game with a walk back in the first. Hitting here in the second, fouls that one off. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on. Trinity Brooks and the left side of the infield really playing a hard sun field right now. They're looking into the sun, wind blowing to left. This one hit the left. Going back is Brooks, comes in now and makes the catch. Good job by Trinity Brooks for the second out. And that's a F7, not an F2. We also score it in a scorebook. That's the second out. With 2 outs, Ollie Nauman comes up there, the center fielder. She got on with an error, or basically an error in a fielder's choice. There's a little bunt, and she's going to make it to first. And that one had some crazy spin on it. So that loads them up. Glass at first, Harrison at second. Now Nauman on with that bunt single. and it brings up Riley Bowers. No place to put her. She had a 3-run homer the last time up. Richardson's got her pitch, comes to the plate. The umpire says too low. This is kind of like when you're down at Freed Hardeman. They've got a young man named Josh Seals, and there's no place to put this young lady. Her name, though, is Riley Bowers. And the pitch, the umpire says a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count, 2 outs. The bases are jammed. Ducks on the ponds, if you like Ron Podesta's old phrase. Here's the 1-1 pitch, fouled off to the right side. It makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitcher's count here allows Richardson, and they call the pitches from the dugout. You can see everybody check their arm bats so they'll know what pitch is coming and what the defensive setup is. A lot of people have gone to that, a lot of teams. Here's a pitch hit on the ground, slow roller. Holt will take it herself, tag the runner, and that will end the threat in the inning. That's 3-U. Holt makes it an unassisted put out. No runs and 3 hits, no errors, and 3 people left on base at the end of 1 1/2 innings of play. Tipton Rosemark leads 3-0.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
And we are back here at Jackson Christian School. We're at the midpoint in the second inning. The bottom half of the inning, Jackson Christian will send up Lainey Millsaps, the third baseman, Maggie Richardson, the pitcher, and Ava Jones, who plays second base. She is the only starting senior. And, of course, the flex player today is Carly Holt, the first baseman, and the designated hitter or player today will be Bailey Robinson. She's a freshman. Carly, a very interesting young lady, can hit, can field. She also is just an 8th grader. So she's coming up and playing with the varsity. Does a great job at first base. Tipton Rosemark throws it around. They put their senior, Riley Bowers, back on the mound. Of course, they spotted her. Matter of fact, she spotted herself to a 3-run lead in the first. And they have 2 very good pitchers, Riley Bowers, the junior, being one of them. Charlie Rice, the other one. That pitch low and in the dirt, blocked by our catcher, but no runners on, so a 1-ball count. Here's the pitch. The umpire says it's high for ball 2. We'll check Bauer's pitches. I believe she's probably thrown 9 pitches. Millsap's the hitter. And 3 balls, no strikes, the count. Lainey Millsaps will take a walk here. She just wants to get on and help her team. Up at the front of the box. Hit the ball just over the shortstop's head for a base hit to left field. And the left fielder, Williams, will return it. So the first hit of the game for Jackson Christian by Lainey Millsaps, the third baseman. Maggie Richardson, who not only is a very good pitcher, is a very good hitter, too. Hits in the 5th spot. Wears number 19. Takes one more practice swing before stepping into the box. And she is way up at the front of the box and the ball is outside. Ball 1. Millsaps is a threat to steal. And stepping back in, Maggie Richardson. And ball 2, of course. Jennifer Wheeler and her staff have done such a great job of rebuilding this program. Coach Johnny Sanfratello always has a good program at Tipton Rosemark. We know that Shannon O'Brien will either be listening live and here's the pitch. And they call that a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Shannon is the interim AD, their head football coach at Tipton Rosemark, or he'll be watching the YouTube version of this game that will be archived under Worthy Road Studios, tonight's YouTube section. That one a strike. As Bowers runs the count now 3-1. Pitching to Maggie Richardson. Here's the 3-1 pitch. High for ball 4. You got runners at first and second. And that brings up Ava Jones, the senior. She's the second baseman. She looks back at her head coach, or our assistant coach, who's coaching third. And she asks for time to get settled in the box, and she is actually towards the front. She's bunting, a nice bunt. They'll have to go to first with it. Over to first, it's an out, but it'll be a nice sacrifice bunt. And that advances the runners to second and third. Millsaps is on third, Richardson at second. And that brings up Bailey Robinson, who's the designated player today. Three to nothing your scores. Here's Bowers' pitch. The umpire records the ball. Sorry, we have to hesitate, but the umpires, the way they do it, my buddy Forrest is in the same boat because he has to run the scoreboard. And you wait and you wait. Here's the pitch. And they call it a strike. A little swifter that time. Maybe he can hear me, Forrest. Forrest, one of the great athletes here at Jackson Christian. I know he played football. What a player he was in football. I know he played basketball. Swinging strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Forrest, did you play anything else? He looked like a track. I thought he could throw the shot or something. Yeah, he's thrown the discus before. I knew he could do it. Yeah. And the ball is pitched outside and went through our great weightlifting program here. It's 2-2 count, but got a lot stronger from when you were a freshman, didn't you? And, yeah, Coach Irvin, he's a dandy. And a swinging strike 3. I know that Bailey wanted that one, and you could tell she was disappointed because she struck out. But she gave a good effort at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. It's up to Sydney Julian to try to get some runs home or keep this inning going. Sydney's a sophomore, plays right field. Had to watch a home run ball. She went back to the fence. Had it been low enough, she would have got it, but it was outside the ballpark. 1 ball will count to her. Now, are you throwing the discus this year, or is people like Tacker Nash and people like that going to take over and throw the heavy stuff? There's a pitch that's inside, but they say right over the inside corner of the plate. And I understand Tacker benched, was it 325 or 350 the other day? Here's and the pitch. Hit, 1 run will score, 2 runs streaking for the plate, and a big hit by Sydney Julian.
Now batting number 2, Kendall Turner.
And a 2-out base hit, plates 2 RBIs for Sydney Julian, brings up Kendall Turner, the shortstop. And I wish you could hear all of our conversation. I just have to relay the answers. And the reason I can't put a headset on him, he has to announce the hitters when they come up there. And you folks at home would love that if I did that to you. It would blow your eardrums out. Here's one fouled off. 3-2 is the score. Tipton Rosemark still leads by 1, but a big productive bottom of the second for Jackson Christian. As Sydney Julian drives in 2, it all started with Lainey Millsap's hit. Here's a throw to second. She's safe stealing, so Julian gets to second. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Kendall Turner, the shortstop. Top of the order is right behind her. And again, the check of the band. Here's one hit to the shortstop. Comes up throwing, and that's Harrison over to the first baseman, Rice, for the final out in the inning. But Jackson Christian picked up 2 big runs on 2 hits. They left a person on base, and at the end of 2 innings of play, it's 3-2. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian School Sports Network.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
Welcome back to the Jackson Christian School Sports Network. Today, lady softball, and it's a good one. 7-0 in the district. Tipton Rosemark against the 6-1 Lady Eagles of Coach Jennifer Wheeler. And Tipton Rosemark jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the first on a home run by their pitcher, Riley Bowers, who drove in 2 runners. Then we came back in the bottom of the second with 2 big runs after hit, a walk, sacrifice, and then a base hit by Sydney Julian. And to lead it off in the third will be Maya Wright, the catcher. Wright wears number 18. She'll be followed by Charlie Rice. Pitch driven towards the shortstop. Picks it up on 1 hop. Comes up throwing. Long throw to first. And I believe the umpire called her safe. And it was a long throw. So a single to start off the top of the inning. Puts Wright on first. And that brings Rice, Charlie Rice, who grounded out second to first. She fouls it towards us, but it misses the press box. Of course, we're up here. Forrest Maynard not only does the public address, he does the scoreboard too. Calls out starting lineups. Here's the 0-1 pitch, driven to right field for a base hit in front of the right fielder. Throw to second. Comes in right behind the runner, so now they've got runners on first and second with no outs. Wright at second, Rice at first. Strikeout victim her first time up. Addie Thorpe, the designated player, comes to hit. Richardson checks her armband, gets in the circle. Pitch should be a strike, and is. You see a great shot here from Worthy Road Studios from center field. And here's one hit back to pitcher. She goes to third. Richardson with a good decision cuts down the lead runner for the first out. Score that in your book, 1-5. As Millsaps takes that throw. Fielder's choice for Thorpe. So now runner still at first and second with 1 out. And the hitter is Addie Giles, the second baseman, who had a single her first time up and was left stranded at third. And a swinging strike. Matter of fact, they left the bases loaded, and coaches don't like to see 3 runners left in an inning. 2 strikes the count with 1 out and runners on first and second. We're here at Jackson Christian School. Richardson's pitch just missing outside. Ball 1. She had one to tease the hitter with. On deck is Sophie Roan. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Just missing. Got 2-2 now with 1 out. Addie Glass, who's 1 for 1, the hitter. Maggie Richardson, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. was all over that one. Had it been foul, she was up. It would have been a number. Infield or outfield is center's kind of shading her a little bit. Infield at normal depth. Fouls it off again, so Addie Glass hanging tough. And Richardson has thrown some very good pitches in there. We'll check pitch counts. Richardson should have 59 pitches thrown right now. We'll try to check a little later and see how many of them are strikes. That one's high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tough decision sometimes for the coach. Probably won't be running here with only 1 out. And the pitch to Glass. She walks, and that makes the bases loaded. And that brings up Sophie Roan, a strikeout victim, her first time up. She's facing Maggie Richardson with the bases loaded. Roan is a junior outfielder. Plays right field today. Shows bunt, draws back, and was going to hit. The pitch is low. No place to put anybody. There are ducks on the pond, meaning bases are jammed or loaded. In the circle is Richardson. Steps to the pitching rubber. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Sacks jam, and we'll get a new softball. And again, another one of those great shots from the first base side to look at the, she shows bunt, but she'll draw back. And the pitch comes high. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. No place to put any runners. Maggie Richardson on the mound for the Lady Eagles. Here's the pitch. Line drive, but foul. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Richardson would love to have the strikeout right here. Here's the pitch. Tempted her, and that runs the count to 3-2. There's only 1 out. Other than normal jumps, there won't be any real running action. The 3-2 pitch on the way, hit foul down the third baseline. Millsaps grabbed it, but it was a foul ball. Rice on third, Thorpe on second. Glass is at first. Infield at double play depth. Popped up to the right side and out of play. So we'll go back and do 3-2 over again. Remember, there's only 1 out in the inning. Roan, the hitter, at the plate. Swinging strike 3, and that is a big out for Jackson Christian. 2 outs in the inning. Now they've got to force it any base. Tough hitter in Brooke Harrison comes to the plate. She's 1 for 2 on the day. 69 pitches thrown by Richardson. Harrison 1 for 2. And the pitch is high. Tight ball game here, 1 run white knuckler at 3-2 with Tipton Rosemark leading the Eagles. The 1-0 pitch. The umpire likes that one, says strike 1. One, 2 outs, bases loaded. Richardson's pitch. And he likes that one too, right at the shoulders. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one gets away, but no effort to come to the plate then. Short backstop here, and it does come back to the catcher fairly quickly. Now, where you can get in trouble is if it hits, there's a little indention, and if it comes down one of the lines, then you got some running situations. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The base is jammed. The pitch high for ball 3. It increases the drama. 3-2 the count, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Richardson wants this pitch in there. Harrison just wants to get on because it means a run if she does for Tipton Rosemark. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, and it was a dandy. Trust me on that one. So, no runs, 2 hits, 3 people left on base. The score at going into the mid-third inning is Tipton Rosemark 3, Jackson Christian 2. Let's take a timeout.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And we're back here for the bottom of the third. And you can see the infield warming up. Always fun to see that. Try to get your arm loose a little bit. Pitcher, of course, taking their warm-ups. You can see them in the background behind the first baseman. And of course, the first hitter for Jackson Christian School will go back to the top of the order and lead off with Audrey Dean, the center fielder. Riley Bowers on the mound. Now, she's only thrown 29 pitches, but now that's just through 2 innings. Dean is 0 for 1, wears number 17. Will hit from the right side of the plate. Bowers, of course, checks the armband just like Richardson. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground. Base hit. Not quite up the middle, but just out of the reach of the second baseman. So Dean leads off with a base hit. And Trinity Brooks is 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop the last time up. She comes to the plate. Hitting from the left side is a proficient slap hitter. Starts the running. And you see him start moving. That's ball 1. She knew to lay off that pitch. Also a very fine basketball player. Plays some great defense and can take the ball to the basket. Bowers hears the signal, looks to check which pitch. And the umpire says that one's a strike. So 1-1. We're in the bottom of the third. Good white knuckler here, meaning it's you hit your hands on there and it's white. The lightens them up. You lose the color in them. It's 3-2 is the score. 1-run game. And that home run, Bowers hit that one, teed off on it, got it deep into right field's area, almost hit the field house. And a running, swinging strike 2 for the hitter, Trinity Brooks. So the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch on its way, fouled off on the running foul. That gives the hitter a big advantage getting down that line when you take that running start. Plus, she already has a 1-step advantage by being on the left side of the plate. Third baseman, of course, will play in on this. Here's the pitch. And the umpire says it just missed, 2-2. And that one probably missed by millimicron. And that's small, folks. So we're ready for the 2-2 pitch with no outs and a runner at first. That's Dean over at first. Here's the pitch, and she takes it high. Adds a little excitement and drama here. 3-2, runner at first. You've got a slap hitter at the plate. In the circle is Riley Bowers. And they send her to first with a walk, she being Trinity Brooks. And now this is kind of like the inning we scored in the second. Got runners at first and second. Let's see what McKinley Arnold's doing. She flied out to center. Her last time up, she's 0 for 1. 37 pitches by Bowers. Arnold, a right-handed hitter up at the front of the box. Is she bunting or hitting away? We'll find out. She is hitting away. Nice jump down at second, but not going anywhere. One ball. The pitch was low. And that one outside, 2 balls, no strikes. See a great shot at first. Trinity Brooks with speed there. Dean's at second. Also a good base runner. We're going to see a baseball or softball fed into the umpire. And we fouled enough pitches off. It keeps a constant supply needed. Here's the pitch. Gets away. The runners will advance. So even if there was a thought, and this is your third place hitter, you probably weren't bunting anyway. But if there was a thought, you don't need it unless you're going to try to bunt a run in. Now, I've got a feeling we're fixing to see a change in pitchers, and I am right. Charlie Rice, and this is the thing about softball, you can switch players in and out, and pitchers, they can throw all week. You can really get by with one pitcher. Charlie Rice wears number 5. Tell you a little bit about her. She has played softball at Tipton Rosemark for 5 years. She's been on the All-Metro team, the All-District team. She was the district MVP and region MVP before. She plans to attend Union University, and she has a softball scholarship, and she is a very good pitcher. And she will bring it to the plate. She's a senior, and I can tell you right now that Jackson Christian's pitcher, Maggie Richardson, gets better each year and is already a very good pitcher. She will be this type pitcher that you could even bring her in a situation like this. And she will throw a lot of strikes. I think the other day, out of 114 pitches, she threw either 75 or 85 strikes. I don't have that in front of me, but I was looking at the stats on that game she pitched the other day. Now, she pitched a full 7 the other day, and I believe Maggie Richardson only pitched 5 innings. And in softball, there's not an innings count like you have in baseball. In high school baseball, 110 pitches, and you've got to go and sit down for a while. You can finish the hitter that you're on. You don't have to quit right on that 110th pitch. But as soon as you go to that line or over it in the middle of a batter, but that's not what's important here. We're playing softball, and McKinley Arnold is up there with a 3-ball, no strike count. Now, McKinley will be the responsibility of Bowers. Here's the pitch. Hit long. It could be. It might be. It is a home run, a grand slam home run, I believe. And we'll see McKinley, her teammates out there, everybody excited, and there really wasn't any doubt about that one. And we got to put GS here in the book, meaning grand slam, home run. She cleans the bases and gives her team a lead. And we'll count, that's 4 runs in this one, and should be 6-3, I believe. 6-3 it is. Looks good on the scoreboard to me. And the pitch, and that's something. You just hit a grand slam off one of the best pitchers in the district. Here's one hit to center field. Nauman takes it and gets it for the out. That's the first out in the inning.
Now batting number 19, Maggie Richardson.
And it was not a grand slam. I had a runner on. I forgot they had advanced. I cannot see first base from my position. So 5-3 still a good lead. I have to look over at the monitor. I see the field the rest of the way, but dugout blocks us. And Forrest sharper than I am over there. So not a grand slam, but still a 3-run shot. Here's the pitch. And again, it takes a little time as a pitcher, Charlie Rice, but still it was a great hit, no matter if she'd warmed up a long time, short time. Cleared the bases, actually a 3-run homer. And a swinging strike to the hitter, Maggie Richardson, trying to help her own cause. Wants to get a runner on. Ava Jones next. Took a little off and got Maggie out in front of that one, so a 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here's the pitch. Just missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. Maggie Richardson up at the plate, walked her last time. Hits in the 5th slot. The pitch fouled off. We'll do it again. And the ground ball hit slowly the shortstop. Coming up, throwing to first. And it looks like she beat this one out.
Now batting number 12, Ava Jones.
And again, y'all got a good shot on Worthy Road studio shot of first base as I have to turn my head and pick that one up because the dugout, like I said, Forrest and I pretty well are blocked out of the first base action. We're dependent on the umpire or the monitor over here. Swinging strike 1 to Ava Jones, who sacrificed her last time up, so officially she's 0 for 0. Richardson's at first base. 1 out in the inning. The 1-strike pitch, swinging strike 2. In the circle now is Carly Rice. She was at first base. Glass has moved to first, and I believe Bowers to second. The pitch popped up in the infield. Should be Bowers. She takes it at second base, and there's 2 outs. Second out, it's all up to Bailey Robinson, who's 0 for 1, coming to the plate to keep this inning going.
Now batting number 7, Bailey Robinson.
Oh, I wished we had a runner at first base because every run's going to be important in this game. It's 5-3, Jackson Christian leading Tipton Rosemark. Tipton Rosemark's glad there wasn't a runner at first. And that one a strike. Runner at first, 0-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. The hitter's Robinson. It's high for a ball. As we said, Rice will be going to Union Universities where she'll play her softball in the future. They are members of the Gulf South. Of course, we've got Sophie Donovan playing right now as a junior down in. There's a pitch. It says strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sophie Donovan doing a great job for the Freed Hardeman Lady Lions softball team. And I believe our good friend Brother Goodrich is playing baseball for Freed. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner at first. 5-3 lead by Jackson Christian here in the bottom of the 3rd. Boy, this one could go right down to the last second. Will Cisco, we miss you, but he's getting an award at the Hall of Fame tonight. It's high. 3-2. Bailey Robinson tried to help that one along a little bit, and she did. But so 3-2 pitch to her. She'd love to keep the inning going and bring up Sydney Julian. Here's the pitch. Tapped to the shortstop. Will she go to first with it? Yes, she does. And the ball gets away from first. And I tell you what, we've got runners on the bases. First and third as Richardson advances all the way to third. Sydney Julian coming up there. Rice has already thrown 18 pitches, and that's more. They're going to give her a single on that one, so we'll rescore it here. Sydney Julian at the plate. And the pitch is high. Julian 1 for 1. Base hit here would score 1. We've had a homer already by McKinley Arnold in this inning. McKinley, a very fine hitter. Second pitch is ball 2. 2-run lead for Jackson Christian. And that's hard, I will say this, for Rice to come from first with, you only get the 8 warm-up pitches. Here's the pitch. And the umpire says that's a strike. Runner goes down to second. In minor league and Major League Baseball, they call that catcher's indifference when you go down to second with no throw. Here's the pitch. Swinging, strike 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The hitter is Sydney Julian, who's 1 for 1, plays right field. Richardson and Robinson on base. Here's the pitch. Got her. Caught looking. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But instead, we pick up 3 big runs on that home run. Let's come back on the Jackson Christian School Network after this.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially during middle and high school years. When it comes to education, you want a school that invests in your child, providing a place to belong, be challenged academically, and become well-rounded. A place where knowledgeable teachers, coaches, and administrators take the time to understand your child's unique gifts and to nurture them, providing them with both guidance and opportunities. A place where classmates build one another up and your child can excel in classroom, on stage, on the field, and in life. A place that provides community for your entire family as your child discovers passion and purpose on the journey to graduation and a meaningful life. If you're looking for a Christ-centered, accredited education, a place where your student and your family will belong, you'll find it at Jackson Christian. Learn more about the Jackson Christian family by visiting campus, where your child can experience a typical school day and meet other students. Call 731-300-4578 or email admissions@jcseagles.org to schedule your visit. Jackson Christian. Learn to lead, grow, and serve like Christ.
First pitch hit to second base, but bobbled, and they've got a runner on first. And the hitter that just got on was Kayla Clement. So runner on, and Allie Norman comes up there, the center fielder, who's 1 for 2 on the day, although she's been on base both times, got on with an error back in the first. And a ball, 1-1 the count. Richardson has thrown 76 pitches, now 77. And running, and the throw goes into center field, but nice backup keeps the runner from advancing. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Hitter is Nauman, who singled her last time up. 2-run lead here in the top of the 4th for Jackson Christian. That one's a ball. Clement, a very good base runner, has some speed. And yes, she is a threat to steal third. Nauman, the hitter, as she steps out, takes a couple of practice cuts and will step back in. She's in the back of the box. Takes the running slap hit, goes to second, and we can't pick that one up. We'll see how they score that one. But Nauman's on base, and now there's a runner on third. Riley Bowers, who is at second now. She started the game as a pitcher. and is responsible for all 5 runs, as there was a 3-1 count on McKinley Arnold when the home run pitch came. So Norman at first, Clement at third. No outs in the inning, 1 strike count to Bowers. They fake the throw to second, throw to short, hoping to get the runner going. 1-1 the count now. And again, with no outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Richardson on the mound for Jackson Christian. Brings it to the plate. Smash. Looks like it gets through to the outfield. 1 run has scored. 2 runs streaking to the plate. The throw goes up the third baseline, and they have tied the ball game, they being Tipton Rosemark. And on the throw to the plate, the hitter, Riley Bowers, gets to second. She also takes herself off the hook for the win or the loss. It's now all, as far as Tipton Rosemark is concerned, Charlie Rice's ball game as a pitcher. Of course, Maggie Richardson will probably go the distance for us. It's tied at 5 here in the top of the 4th. No outs. And the hitter is Maya Wright, the catcher. Wright is 1 for 2, or she's 2 for 2 actually. She is 2 for 2. That one is foul. Or no foul on that one. Again, sometimes we get blocked. Here's the pitch. 1-1 the count. Five to 5 your score. Swinging strike 2. So Maya Wright with a swinging strike 2. Richardson has thrown 87 pitches. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Takes a little off of it. It's fouled off. So we'll do it again. Wright, the catcher, hits right-handed. Where's number 18? Outfield pretty well straight away. Infield at normal depth. We're waiting for softball. We fouled off a lot of softballs today. Tell you what, Coach Jennifer Wheeler still got a good arm. She zipped that one out to Maggie Richardson. You have to unbox some new softballs sometime while you're waiting for them to come in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hit out into right field. Will the right fielder get there? No, it drops for a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate, cut off by Richardson, and we'll have runners at first and third. So putting together those singles and then advancing the base runners. No outs in the inning, and Tipton Rosemark threatening. And they bring to the plate the now pitcher, Charlie Rice. Five the score. No outs. Maggie Richardson in the circle for the Lady Eagles. A lot of numbers being called and signaled in. And the pitch high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch on the way, a swinging strike. They said it fouled off. So that's the reason the base runners aren't even thinking about advancing. 1-1. Really needing the strikeout where you can get the double play, but the double play will give up a run as there's no outs in the inning. Tipton Rosemark trying to take the lead here. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike 2. And, of course, you can see Turner going over and backing up the pitcher on every throw in case it gets by. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The hitter is Rice, the future Unionite as far as a softball player and student. The pitch takes a little off of it. She barely fouls it off. Charlie Rice, a senior. And I understand she is going to major in worship leadership. Here's the 1-2 pitch again, swinging, strike three. That one was kind of a flag waving one, and that's a big out. Now your double play can get you out of the inning. Addie Thorpe advances. She was on with a fielder's choice the last time. 0 for 2 officially. 94 pitches by Richardson. We're in the top of the fourth. Fouled off. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Runner at first and third. Watkins on first. And the pitch, ball 1. And I said Watkins. That tells me not to look at game changer, because that's my right. That may be Watkins running for her, but it is not. The hitter wasn't. It was that one a little low and makes it 2-1, and now stealing down there. We'll check it and see who was running. Now, according to that, I'll have to check my numbers, but I don't think that is Maddie Watkins wearing 2. There's a swinging strike 2. So Watkins is running. And I knew that Wright was on first, and they still had, on game changer, they still had her name in there for hitting. She did not hit. This one fouled off. And boy, a strikeout here would really be big. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. There's only 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to the second baseman. Over to first for the second out. 1 run will score. That will be Bowers. And Tipton Rosemark takes the lead. 2 outs in the inning brings up Addie Glass. And Glass comes to the plate. 1 for 1 officially. Walked her last time up. There's a ball. Here we're still in the top of the fourth. A 6-5 lead now. Popped up. Infield, who's going to take charge? Looks like Holt will take it. Holt will grab it and put the inning away. But they picked up 3 big runs and take the lead 6-5. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Network.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
And we are back, ready for the bottom of the fourth, now trailing by 1, 6-5. Tipton Rosemark, a very good hitting ball club. We'll lead off, though, with Kendall Turner. Be followed by the top of the order, Audrey Dean, Trinity Brooks, and then hopefully McKinley Arnold, who had the 3-run home run. On the mound now is Charlie Rice, who relieved. She gave up the home run ball, but McKinley's Arnold's count was 3-1 when she hit the home run. So all 5 of those runs are the responsibility of Bowers. Here's Kendall Turner, who grounded out to short her first time up. She takes a pitch, looked like it was outside.
908.
One ball count, the pitch, outside, ball 2. Really trying to work the outside part of the plate and just missing on those. Good eye. by Turner. Dean to follow. So 2 ball, no strike count. That one looked like it was right down Main Street. And with the new mechanics being used, took something you could time it with a hourglass, the time in between pitches and strike call. That one high. 3-1 the count. I don't sometimes understand the National Federation. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's swinging, strike 2, so a 3-2 count. Lady softball moves fast, an exciting game. Why slow it down? Swinging, strike 3 as Rice battles back from being behind in the count. Gets the first out. I think that is her second strikeout. Audrey Dean coming to the plate, the center fielder. She's 1 for 2 on the day. She has scored once. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Fouls that pitch off. Checking the armband there in the circle. She's ready to come to the plate. And the umpire says a strike, so it's 2 strikes to Audrey Dean. Rice on the mound in relief for Tipton Rosemark. Fouled off, hanging tough is Audrey Dean. Two good softball teams here on the field day, and they are battling. Rice winds up and fires. They say it's a little low. 1-2, the count. 1 out in the inning. Rice's pitch, 2-2. Dean wants to get something started here. As we trail by 1, you hear some of the comments on the parabolic mic out there. A swinging strike 3, though. 3rd strikeout, I believe, for Rice, who's thrown 34 pitches in her short time in. 2 outs in the inning. Trinity Brooks, who is 0 for 1 officially. She walked and scored back in that big 3rd inning, bottom of the 3rd. Everybody will come in just a little bit. She's a slap hitter, left fielder way in. Shortstop is up and in. She takes her run or walk up the base or the batter's box, doesn't offer at it. 1 ball, the count.
Focus right here. 1 pitch at a time, focus every one of them.
The 1 ball pitch. That one looks like right on the knees, right over the inside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning. Brooks wants to get something going for her team. Now, if this was a basketball press, guarantee you Trinity Brooks would be all over it. She is a great defender. The pitch fouled off. So you can see she is a slap hitter / slap bunter. Some people don't separate and just call them slash bunters, even if they hit it out in the outfield. Good young team here. Only 1 senior starting for Jackson Christian. 3 seniors play for the Tipton Rosemark team. Rice and Norman in the lineup today. Here's one hit on the ground. Looks like it's going to get into right field. And we have a runner, and that will bring up the catcher who hit a home run the last time, McKinley Arnold. So Brooks is on with a single. That brings up McKinley Arnold. She's 1 for 2 but her hit back in the third brought in 3. Because we couldn't see the first base, I thought there was an extra runner on. Stealing, there's Brooks, and they might as well held that one. There was no chance to get Brooks. You might say Trinity Brooks is quicker than a hiccup. I don't know if she's as fast as Cool Papa Bell, who they said could turn the lights out, be in the bed, and pull the cover up before the lights went out. And I believe they put Maggie Richardson on intentionally. But it doesn't matter how she got on. Or actually, it's not Maggie. That was McKinley Arnold. She'll be at first. Put McKinley Arnold's on at first. Laney Phillips, wearing number 11, will be up there. Laney is 1 for 2. Had a single back in the second. Flied to center field. And you see the courtesy runner exchange. So McKinley will put her equipment on. Here's the pitch outside, and Brooks had a good jump then. Jump not the same as in baseball, and you softball fans know that. Rice wants a different softball. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right with you. Umpire will take a look at it. Now that time, good job by their catcher picking out one she thought Rice would like.
605.
One ball pitch. And again, I really believe that a base hit by here by Millsaps, unless it was just a scorcher to one of the outfielders, is going to score Trinity Brooks. 6-5, Tipton Rosemark leading here in the exciting bottom of the fourth here. We got runners at first and second. There goes Brooks. The throw down, it's really not even close. Head first slide, gets her in there. And now, error, pass ball, wild pitch. Any of that gets the run, 1 run home. Base hit could score 2. As we've got some speed down at second for McKinley Arnold. Arnold had to go in that rule. You have to put, if there's 2 outs, you definitely have to go in and put your equipment on. Fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on for the first time today. An official, as some of my broadcasting friends say, an official deuces wild. The 2s are wild all over the place. Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. They're on third and second. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Catcher finds it, and now it goes to 3-2. Now there is a base open. And a good picture that shows you that first base is open. Thank you, because we don't get to see first base sometimes. Matter of fact, any of the time. We're dependent on umpire signal, our great shots here on our monitor. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and they send her to first base with a walk. The bases are jammed. A young lady that can help herself comes to the plate right now. Maggie Richardson. She had a single her last time up. She walked her first time up. Officially, she is 1 for 1. 47 pitches thrown by Rice in just not even well, she's had a little over a full inning because she had to get the side out, but this is a lot of pitches. This young lady usually comes in burning strikes all the time. And we've hit the baseball or the softball, it is, quite well. 2 outs, runners running with the crack of the bat. There's a strike right down Main Street. Rich looks into the dugout, gets a signal, a number signal, will check her armband, comes to the plate, and the umpire says it was low. If you see the hand kind of pat down, that's telling you it's low. 1-1. Great center field shot. And like I said, everybody will check for what's being called from the dugout. Then they check their armbands. There's Charlie Rich. Here's the pitch. Swinging, strike 2. It's Rice. I said Rich, but thinking about the former great singer and musician Charlie Rich, this is Charlie Rice. One-two pitch on the way. Just missing for ball 2. 2-2. The bases are loaded with Brooks, Blankenship, and Millsaps on base. Brooks is at third. 2 outs in the inning. Charlie Rice checks her armband, comes to the plate. It's hit. Will it be fair or foul? Will it carry? It is a foul ball by maybe 3 inches. Holy cow. We get to do it again. If that one's fair, at least 2 runs are scoring. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Ducks on the pond. Your hitter is Maggie Richardson. Rice with the pitch. Fouled off. We get to do it one more time. We're in the bottom of the 4th. You can see the shadows covering most of the field for the left fielder and shortstop because they've got bad sun field right now. A 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Hit to right field. How deep is it? It's back. It's back. It's back. And this one is gone. Well, no, it's not gone. It came off the fence. Came off the fence. And again, but it did clean the bases. 3 runs have scored. Richardson. The only bad thing is Richardson's got to be tired. There's Richardson at second, and you know that young lady has got to be a little tired. Hit to right field. Will it be fair or foul? And it is the 3rd out by the right fielder. But a big inning with 3 runs. Jackson Christian leads 8-6. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Network.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially during middle and high school years. When it comes to education, you want a school that invests in your child, providing a place to belong, be challenged academically, and become well-rounded. A place where knowledgeable teachers, coaches, and administrators take the time to understand your child's unique gifts and to nurture them, providing them with both guidance and opportunities. A place where classmates build one another up and your child can excel in classroom, on stage, on the field, and in life. A place that provides community for your entire family as your child discovers passion and purpose on the journey to graduation and a meaningful life. If you're looking for a Christ-centered, accredited education, a place where your student and your family will belong, you'll find it at Jackson Christian. Learn more about the Jackson Christian family by visiting campus, where your child can experience a typical school day and meet other students. Call 731-300-4578 or email admissions@jcseagles.org to schedule your visit. Jackson Christian. Learn to lead, grow, and serve like Christ.
And we're back ready for the top of the 5th. We've had some exciting innings. And that one, Richardson helps herself quite a bit. We are in the top of the 5th. Coach Joe Holloway here, and let's check the lineup for the Tipton Rosemark team. This should be Sophie Roan at the plate, and a strike. Or at least I called it one. I don't know. Hit the right field down for a base hit. Yes, it was. It gets away, so you got a base hit and an error. And they'll go to third on the throwing error. There'll be a play at third, but it'll be late. So you got a base hit for Sophie Roan, and I'm going to call it a 2-base throwing error. And that hurts. We lead 8-6, we being Jackson Christian School, and that brings the top of the order up for them. Brings up Brooke Harrison. It's a fair ball. That will score a run. Nice piece of hitting, put it where nobody was. And with no outs and a runner at first and an 8-7 score, with Harrison on second. Up at the plate, number 6, Kayla Clement. Now they scored it a double. I will disagree. That's a single and an error. 2 errors, actually. It's called a 2-base error. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And a good pitch for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Eight to 7, 1-run lead for Jackson Christian. The pitch is high, evens the count at 2-2. Brooks still fighting with that Sunfield out and left. No outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Just missing. Makes it 3-2. Hit down to third baseline. Third baseman comes up throwing. Shoots her down at first. A great play by Millsaps to hold. And there's 1 out in the inning. The runner advances to third and is in scoring position in this 1-run ball game. Bringing up the center fielder, number 35, Allie Nauman. Nauman got on and scored with an error back in the 4th. Here's a ground ball. Will it get through? Yes, it does. And the run scores, and we're tied again. 8-all. And what some people thought might be a pitcher's duel turns into a slugfest today. Coming up to the plate, Riley Bowers, who's at second base now. She started the game pitching, but she cannot be the winner or loser. Is Maggie Richardson on the mound for Jackson Christian is the pitcher of record for them, and Charlie Rice for Tipton Rosemark. Here's the pitch. Okay, he called it. I was wondering. Right on that dotted line borderline at the kneecaps. 0-1 pitch on the way from Richardson to the second baseman or shortstop. Goes to first with it and got her at first. He took a look, but we weren't ready to cover. And so on with a fielder's choice. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. The hitter is Maya Wright, the catcher. In a tie game with 2 outs, there is a runner in scoring position down at second. That is Nauman. Here's the pitch by Richardson. They said that one's outside for 2 balls, no strikes. There's a throw into the outfield. It gets away, and it gets away from the center fielder. So the run will score, and Tipton Rosemark will take the lead. First, you had an errant throw that went astray, and then the center fielder didn't come up with it. And the run scores. Bases clean, 2 outs. With your hitter, Maya Wright, the catcher who singled her last 2 times. Actually, she's 3 for 3 today. Hits one to right field. Right fielder moves over, takes it, and a good catch by Julian for the 3rd out in the inning. But 3 big runs, and it's now a 9-8 Tipton Rosemark lead over Jackson Christian. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian School Sports Network.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Back for the bottom of the fifth in a game that has been nip and tuck, back and forth. You want to say ebbs and flows. It has been. Jackson Christian just lost the lead and the top of the fifth, 9-8. Let's see what they can do to get that lead back. Bailey Robinson, the designated player, should be leading off, followed by Sydney Julian, who just put the Tipton Rosemark team out on that fly ball catch, and Kendall Turner, the shortstop. On the mound for Tipton Rosemark is their senior pitcher, Charlie Rich. Maggie Richardson has gone the distance for Jackson Christian.
Now batting number 7, Bailey Robinson.
And Bailey Robinson, the right-handed hitter, advances to the plate. And now the left fielders and people are almost completely out. There's one streak of sunlight that could interfere with you catching a ball. Here's the pitch, and that one is a strike. And Rich looks like she's getting a little stronger as she goes along. Of course, she came in relief, didn't get to take but the 8 warm-up pitches. Here's the next pitch. That one is strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Bailey Robinson, who is 1 for 2 on the day. The 0-2 pitch hit on the ground but foul. She got out of the box very quickly. Nine runs for Tipton Rosemark, 8 for Jackson Christian. We're in the bottom of the fifth. 2-strike pitch on the way, swinging strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Sydney Julian will be coming up there. She's 1 for 2 on the day, plays right field, made the third out catch in the top of the fifth. And we'll see if she can get something started here for the Lady Eagles. She shows bunt, pulls back, but it's still a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out in the inning. Lady Eagles trailing by 1, needing base runners right now. We're in the fifth. Swinging strike 2. Games go 7 in softball unless somebody has the 10-run rule after 5. I think it's 15 after 4. But this one's not a 10-run game. It's 9-8, and there's not going to be a 10-run difference right now. And a swinging strike 2, so Rice has struck out 2 in the inning. Charlie Rice, who will continue her career, and she has been the most valuable player in the district and the region before. Starting to get stronger as she goes along. 2 outs in the inning. And a swinging strike. This is Kendall Turner, the fine shortstop up there. She's 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1, 1-1. And again, though, we got something started. There was already 1 out when we got something started the last inning. Actually, we're 2 outs. Popped up, though, this time. Drifting over. And looked like it must have got out of play. That one was out of our sight line. And again, if you're not familiar with this field, the first base dugouts blocks the press box, including the clock operator and public address announcer off. And a swinging strike 3. And so 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. The side struck out. the end of 5, it's 9-8. Tipton Rosemark leads Jackson Christian. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Sports Network.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And we are back, ready for the top of the 6th. Jackson Christian trailing by 1. Need to hold them here, get back to the plate and get us some runs. 2 good teams, 7-0 in the district. Tipton Rosemark versus 6-1 Jackson Christian. Leading off for them will be the pitcher now of record for Tipton Rosemark, Charlie Rice. And Rice looks like she's 1 for 3 on the day. She'll be followed by Thorpe, and there's the first pitch for a ball. And at the first pitch, we'll check the pitch count after this. Second one is outside. Maggie Richardson has thrown 116 pitches and had to run the bases quite a bit too. She had a big double that got some runs in. Here's one hit back to Richardson. This will go 1-4. That's pitcher to Holt at first, and the first out of the inning. Addie Thorpe, the designated player, coming up. Thorpe is 0 for 3. She was on with a fielder's choice back in the 3rd, but 0 for 3 officially. .118 pitches going into this one. Not a pitch limit, though, in softball. And a very good pitch for a strike. The underhand motion, if you'll check yourself at home, you'll notice it is the normal one. The overhand throwing motion is not normal, and you can feel the muscles and stuff pop up. That's the reason there's more injuries to baseball pitchers. Here's another one back to the pitcher. Richardson to Holt, and there's 2 outs. And that helps the inning right there. Makes it easier, keeps your pitch count down. And that brings up Addie Glass, who has singled and walked in this contest, so therefore she's 1 for 1. 120 pitches now. Here's Richardson's pitch. Took a little off of it, and it's low. At the plate, Addie Glass, the second baseman. Looks like Watkins is on deck. And you can hear that's probably the police helicopter overhead. And the pitch, 2 balls, no strikes. I don't know for sure, but they usually make a round about this time of day in the city. And the pitch is a strike. Actually, the count is 3-1. Got so interested in the helicopter, I missed a pitch. Fouled off. Make it 3-2. Payoff pitch ready to come to number 7, Addie Glass. We'll pull this down, thank you, sir. Maddie Watkins on deck, though. And this one hit off the pitcher's glove to the second baseman. And they said she was safe. Wow. Again, we get blocked off, and unless we can pick it up, I have turned my head quick enough to see it. And you can see at first Addie Glass. And this is Maddie Watkins, who's batting for Sophie Roan in that right field slot and the 9th hitting slot. Pitches a strike for 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning, a runner at first. Richardson ready, comes to the plate, and that one is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Watkins, a freshman, normally plays infield, so we'll see if there's some switching around. Here's the pitch, trailed on the ground for a base hit into left field. There'll be 2 runners on now, first and second. Some 2-out trouble after an easy first 2 hitters, both of them grounding back easily to the pitcher. And now the top of the order, Brooke Harrison is up at the plate. She's 2 for 4 today. Plays shortstop, hits one deep. Right fielder goes back, and it is gone. Home run for the left-handed hitting Brooke Harrison. And that will be a 3-run home run. Glass and Watkins to score ahead of her. So that ups the lead to 12-8. Makes our task a little tougher. (12-8) the score. And like I said, just when you think things are going right, somebody takes the top off of the bottle and lets the genie out. At the plate, number 6, Kayla Clement, the third baseman. Clement, they must have changed the scoring on it. Now they've got an error there. So we'll go back and take the hit away and make it an error. She is 0 for 3 with 2 runs scored, though. Here's a base hit into left field. And now the base hits are coming at a regular basis. And like I said, a lot of pitches thrown, but also having to run the bases takes a lot out of you. Maggie Richardson has 131 pitches thrown, actually 132 now. And that will bring to the plate Ollie Norman, the center fielder. Norman is 3 for 4 today. And she was going to slap hit. They throw through to second. They got her. Great peg by the catcher, Arnold. Great tag by the shortstop. And that ends the inning. 2-6 right there. The trouble is 3 big runs on that home run comes in, making it 12-8. Tipton Rosemark leads Jackson Christian.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially during middle and high school years. When it comes to education, you want a school that invests in your child, providing a place to belong, be challenged academically, and become well-rounded. A place where knowledgeable teachers, coaches, and administrators take the time to understand your child's unique gifts and to nurture them, providing them with both guidance and opportunities. A place where classmates build one another up and your child can excel in classroom, on stage, on the field, and in life. A place that provides community for your entire family as your child discovers passion and purpose on the journey to graduation and a meaningful life. If you're looking for a Christ-centered, accredited education, a place where your student and your family will belong, you'll find it at Jackson Christian. Learn more about the Jackson Christian family by visiting campus, where your child can experience a typical school day and meet other students. Call 731-300-4578 or email admissions@jcseagles.org to schedule your visit. Jackson Christian. Learn to lead, grow, and serve like Christ.
First pitch coming to Dean was a swinging strike as Dean comes up there here in the 6th. We need runs right now. We went down 3 up, 3 down the last inning. Trailing by 4 right now. Top of the order for us. Dean is 1 for 3. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on the leadoff hitter. Audrey Dean, who plays center field, going against Charlie Rice. And the pitch is swinging strike 2. Now, if that one makes connections, there's a chance that one would have left the yard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Audrey Dean, our leadoff hitter, up there. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. It'll get up the middle for a base hit, and that's what we need right now is base runners. So a single to center field.
Now batting number 15, Trinity
And that brings up Trinity Brooks. Brooks has scored twice today. Brooks has grounded out, walked, and singled. She's 1 for 2 officially, as walks do not count. She's a left-handed hitter who slap bunts and slap hits. That one is a ball for ball 1. Dean, a good base runner at first. McKinley Arnold on deck. The pitch popped up. It'll get out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one popped up, and the pitcher takes it. So 1 on the pop-up. 1 out, runner still at first. McKinley Arnold strides to the plate, who had that big home run back in the 3rd, a 3-run home run. Arnold's 1 for 2 on the day. She walked her last trip up. She has scored 2 runs. Hits one out into the left center field gap. Running hard is Dean. She's going to head for 3rd. She'll get there, and a double. Good call at 2nd. Arnold hustling, got under the tag. We got runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Now batting number 11, Laney Millsap.
They'll get the courtesy runner in. And it should be Emma Blankenship, but the numbers are just outlined in blue lightly, and they are tough to see. You know, in football, the National Federation will not allow that next year. We got to get some new jerseys. Okay, number 3. It is. Here's a base or a ball hit on the ground, gets 1 in. They go to 3rd with it, and a double play. That one hit on the ground, so it's a DP double play. And a little discussion on that one. They did count the run. Or it should have counted. Let's see if it did, because it had to go through first. They threw back. It was a tag out, so it should be 12-9. Don't know why there was so much discussion, unless they thought maybe she was safe at 3rd. But let's take a time out here on the Jackson Christian Sports Network. We're going into the 7th.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Ready for the top of the 7th. We did get the run officially. It's 12-9. Tipton Rosemark leads over Jackson Christian. Tipton Rosemark. Let's check their hitting out, see who comes to the plate. 35, Allie Nauman will lead off. She's had a good night. She plays center field. And she tries the bunt, strike one. Nauman 3 for 4 by the official stats. No ball, 1 strike pitch from Maggie Richardson. And a should be strike 2, yes. I'm not sure I'll ever get used to the new mechanics for home plate umpiring. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the kind of swing bunt. Pitcher to first, Richardson to Holt, and there's 1 away. And that's important, boy. We were looking good, though, last inning and had 2 outs, and then the bottom fell out. Riley Bowers, who started this game, will be at the plate. Let's see if there's a pinch hitter for her. And it does look like a pinch hitter. It's at 13. We'll see if it is. No, 13 is Riley Bowers. Okay, that is her. Fooled me at the plate this time. 12-9 your score. And a strike. There's 1 out in the inning. My right on deck for them. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the ground ball to the shortstop. Flipped up over to first, and they said safe as she beat it out. So Bowers beat that one out. Awfully close. Any type of a tie, or depending on the umpire's position, will go to the runner. But that puts a runner on with 1 out and brings up Maya Wright to the plate. Wright's 3 for 4 for the day, the catcher. Swinging, strike 1. No ball, 1 strike pitch from the circle, and Maggie Richardson ready to come. Here it is. Just missing inside. No, he called it. I thought it was good enough, but again, with these delayed mechanics. So it's no balls, 2 strikes. That one misses. So 1 ball, 2 strike count with a runner on first. That's Bowers running at first for Tipton Rosemark. Holt, Jones, Turner, and Millsaps your infield. Ground ball. Who will get it? Holt will get it. It'll be a foot race to the bag. Holt wins that foot race, and there's 2 outs. And score that 3U. That's 3 unassisted for the 2nd out of the inning, and it brings up Charlie Rice, the pitcher. Rice has grounded out, singled, struck out, and grounded out. She's 1 for 4 today. Here's the pitch. Swings through that one for strike 1. Rice at 1 for 4. Now Richardson has thrown 145 pitches. And I think I know what their coach, Coach Sanfratello, wanted to do, talk a little bit. Rice is not seeing the ball. She looked over it, and you almost got to see, and there is a point, I know that it blanks out, but they tell you to see the ball hit the bat all the way out of that hand. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball, so it's 1-1. One pitch on the way. The umpire says strike 2. 12-9 your score. The 1-2 pitch, swinging strike 3 for the third out. No runs in that inning, 1 hit, and a 12-9 score. Jackson Christian will be back with their half of the inning after this.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
Back here for the finale. This is the bottom of the 7th. We need 3 to keep this game going, 4 to win it. They have their ace, Charlie Rice, on the mound. We're going to send to the plate Maggie Richardson, the pitcher, Ava Jones, and Bailey Robinson, who will try to advance our cause.
Now batting number 19, Maggie Richardson.
Maggie Richardson wears 19, has pitched a very nice game. Been some errors that have hurt, and I'm sure they'll talk about them. We'll stream them out, but we've got a chance. We just got to put 3 on there to keep playing, 4 to win it. Here's the first pitch, a swinging strike 1 to Richardson. And he calls that a strike. 2 strikes, 0-2. 78 pitches for Charlie Rice. Richardson's 1 for 2 at the plate. And a swinging strike 3 for the first out of the inning. 1 out.
Number 12, Ava Jones.
And number 12, Ava Jones, I believe the lone senior, comes to the plate. Big district game, 7-0 versus 6-1. Tipton Rosemark 7-0. Foul tips that first pitch. It's a strike 1. Jones 0 for 2 on the day. She has had a big sacrifice back in the second inning. Took a little off of it. Gets a piece up, but pops to the second baseman for the second out. But remember, we've had a two-run or a 3-run rally with 2 outs in this game. 2 outs.
Carly Holt.
And Carly Holt, the 8th grader, will pinch hit here. Carly hits left hand. She has power. Is up in the front of the box to face the most valuable player in the district, in the region, from the last time we had a tournament. And a swinging strike 1. Brought the fast one. The number 1 was brought in that time by Rice. Rice goes. Rise ball rose a little bit too much. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike to the 8th grader, Carly Holt, the fine fielding first baseman. Let's see what the umpire does with this one. He does call it a strike, so it's 1-2. And I think Coach asked for a question call and a count. He says 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike 3, and 2 of the 3 outs are recorded by strikeouts. The final score is 12-9. We'll come back with final stats and highlights on this tough loss for the Lady Eagles, but they're still in good shape in the district. Let's take a timeout here on the Jackson Christian Sports Network.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially during middle and high school years. When it comes to education, you want a school that invests in your child, providing a place to belong, be challenged academically, and become well-rounded. A place where knowledgeable teachers, coaches, and administrators take the time to understand your child's unique gifts and to nurture them, providing them with both guidance and opportunities. A place where classmates build one another up and your child can excel in classroom, on stage, on the field, and in life. A place that provides community for your entire family as your child discovers passion and purpose on the journey to graduation and a meaningful life. If you're looking for a Christ-centered, accredited education, a place where your student and your family will belong, you'll find it at Jackson Christian. Learn more about the Jackson Christian family by visiting campus, where your child can experience a typical school day and meet other students. Call 731-300-4578 or email admissions@jcseagles.org to schedule your visit. Jackson Christian. Learn to lead, grow, and serve like Christ.
Okay, Jackson Christian varsity, of course, lost the lead late in the contest, 12-9, to the Lady Rebels of Tipton Rosemark. The game was tied at 8. And the Lady Rebels, batting in the top of the fifth, scored a run on an error, or the error scored a run, whichever way you like to say it. Despite this loss, it was a great effort by both teams, well played by two of the top teams in this district. And, of course, it got started with Riley Bauer's home run back in the first. And we answered and did a great job, and we fought tooth and toenail, even scored a run in the late innings to get it back to 12-9, but a double play ended that innings threat. And let's give you some hitting statistics. These are supposed to be the official statistics. And let's see if we can get the Lady Rebels up first. Harrison was 3 for 5. Clement 1 for 4. Nauman 3 for 5. Bowers, who started pitching, but she was 2 for 5. Wright, the catcher, was 3 for 5. And let's see. Watkins, according to the official stats, was 2 for 2. Rice was 1 for 5. Thorpe 0 for 4. Glass 2 for 3. And Roan in right field was 0 for 2. Now let's go to Jackson Christian School. Audrey Dean, she had 2 hits, scored 2 runs in 4 trips to the plate. Trinity Brooks was 1 for 3 and scored 2 runs. McKinley Arnold, the big blow of the day. She had 2 hits, but one of them was a home run. She had 3 RBIs. She also scored a run, so she was 2 for 3. And Laney Millsaps, the third baseman, was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Maggie Richardson, 1 hit, 1 run scored, and 3 official trips to the plate. Ava Jones, the second baseman, was 0 for 3, but had that big sacrifice I told you about. Robinson was 1 for 3 in a pinch hitting role. Carly Holt, 0 for 1. Sydney Julian was 1 for 3. And Kendall Turner, who played a good game at shortstop, 0 for 3. We had 29 at-bats, 9 hits. We had 5 RBIs, 4 bases on ball. 9 Lady Rebels were struck out. And, of course, the losing pitcher is Richardson. And let's see for the Lady Rebels. They had 12 runs, 17 hits. They had 11 RBIs, 2 base on balls, and they struck out 6 times. The winning pitcher in this one would be Carly Rice, as she came in relief. And the game was tied up several times. And a good game. These two teams, I got a feeling they have a chance of meeting in the district title. We have not heard about Saturday's game yet, so we will not be able to tell you. You need to check the Jackson Christian School website to see if Saturday's game against Christ Presbyterian Academy will be played. And we will be back here at Jackson Christian next week for some games. I believe we may even have baseball or softball, one, and soccer at the same time next week. And my buddy Will Cisco, who's getting an award tonight at the Madison County Sports Hall of Fame, he will be back with us. Now, he will do the soccer game if we have two games at the same time. But for the administration, the coaches, the players of both teams, a wonderful game here. And we will remind you that this contest, any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is prohibited. The great production, directing, etc. Paul Schulte worked triple time today. Play-by-play, Coach Joe Holloway, and, of course, one of the greatest cameramen around, the one and only Zachary Henson. It's time for us to say thanks for your time this time till next time. Good day, all.